They say you never forget your child's first real heartbreak. I remember every second of it. The balloons sagged against the ceiling. The cake sat untouched, pink frosting sweating under the kitchen light. My daughter kept looking out the window, asking, "Maybe they're just late?" She was turning 8. No one came. Not a single car in the driveway. Not a single text. Just silence, heavy enough to press on her small shoulders until she stopped smiling altogether. I'd sent out invitations weeks before. Family first, my mother, my sister, cousins, even my father who never liked to show up unless there was food and attention waiting for him. They'd all confirmed. "Wouldn't miss it," my mother said. "Of course we'll be there," my sister promised. They missed it anyway. My mother called the next day, cheerful as if nothing had happened. "We got so busy, honey. You know how your sister's been with planning her Sweet 16. You understand." I didn't. Not then. My daughter cried herself to sleep that night. I sat beside her, watching the balloons deflate one by one, like her faith in people. That's when something inside me cracked. Not loud, not sudden, just a quiet, clean break. A few days later, I got a text from Mom. "Need $1,850 for your sister's Sweet 16. You'll help, right?" I stared at the message until my vision blurred. Then I typed, "Sent something." I transferred $1. Memo line, "Congrats." Then I stood up, walked to the front door, and changed the locks. That was supposed to be the end, but people like my mother don't let endings belong to anyone else. She showed up 3 days later with my sister, pounding on the door like she owned it. I watched from the kitchen window. Didn't move. My daughter sat beside me, quiet, coloring. After 15 minutes of yelling and threats, they left. 2 hours later, police lights flashed in my driveway. "Ma'am, your mother reported that you're withholding family property," the officer said. Apparently, she told them she left jewelry here years ago, family heirlooms, and that I'd stolen them. I didn't argue. I opened the door, invited them in. Calm, methodical. I'd been waiting for this kind of storm. I showed the officer the security footage. Every angle of my house, inside and out. Motion-activated timestamps. I had installed the cameras 6 months earlier, after noticing things disappearing. A ring, cash, even toys from my daughter's room. My mother had keys then, not anymore. The footage didn't just prove my innocence, it showed my mother's last visit, her slipping my daughter's tablet into her purse while I was on a call. I'd never confronted her about it. I wanted her to keep believing I was naive. The officer left with a flash drive. My mother left with a police warning for false reporting. That's when I started planning. Not for revenge, for closure. But revenge became part of it naturally, like gravity pulling everything back where it belongs. I gathered every message, every call, every piece of proof of how she'd manipulated, borrowed, and guilt-tripped me over the years. Loans for family emergencies that turned into vacations. My name on bills I never signed for. Screenshots of her texts mocking me for being too sensitive. I wasn't emotional anymore. I was precise. I filed a formal complaint for financial fraud. Quietly, methodically, attached everything. The shared bank statements, the loan applications she'd signed under my name. It took weeks. Patience became my weapon. The Sweet 16 was supposed to be at a rented event hall, $4,000 down payment, courtesy of a credit card my mother opened with my social security number. I waited until 2 days before the party. Then I called the hall, confirmed the fraudulent card details, and informed them the cardholder would not be paying. They canceled immediately. Then I called my mother. She answered on speaker, voice dripping with fake warmth. "Honey, I was hoping you'd—" I cut her off. "They canceled the party, Mom." Silence. Then, "What? Why?" "You used my name." Her breath hitched. Then came the venom. "You ungrateful little—" I hung up. The fallout was beautiful in its simplicity. The caterer backed out. The DJ refused to play without payment. Word spread fast. Small town, smaller circles. My sister posted online about her evil sibling, but the comments turned against her when the fraud details surfaced in court documents. The police showed up again, this time with a warrant. Not for me. I didn't gloat, didn't even smile. I just stood at my window again, same spot as my daughter's birthday, and watched as they led my mother to the car. My sister cried on the porch. I didn't open the door. Weeks later, I got another text. "You ruined this family." I didn't respond. I was sitting in my daughter's room, helping her hang new decorations for her upcoming birthday. Smaller guest list this time. Real friends only. People who showed up. "Do you think Grandma will come this year?" she asked.